Oh, hello, aliens. Let's see what is going on with your love life right now. Spirit, what is going on with this collective's love life? Oh, wow. Healing through love. The woman here is crying and the man is sitting in front of her. So I'm guessing there's going to be some kind of conversation, maybe a confession of some sort, which will make you very emotional in a good way. In a good way. It says care, recovery, safe to feel again. I hope this is a positive one. I really do. Unemployed, second card. Why am I feeling like you could be a man or you could be a woman? You need to take the roles that works for you here. But in this card, like I said, the man is talking to this woman, maybe confessing something. Maybe this man did something stupid because they are lacking of money. Maybe they don't have a job. Maybe they are going through hard times in life. Maybe that's why they are prioritizing other things, aspects in life. Maybe it says living beyond their means, so maybe they did some stupid decisions that ended up draining the money, you know. Let's take two more. Cosmic nudges. Intuitive hits, follow the signs. One more. Cold shoulder. Yet this is confirming the deviation that I had with the unemployed card. I feel like your person has prioritized something else than this love. And I very much feel it's to do with some kind of, 3D stuff. So work, maybe they are not feeling good enough, they're lacking something that they are trying to fix. Maybe they don't actually. I feel like this person is thinking this very 3D. They don't actually understand how it's affecting you. But like I said, the man is communicating, maybe confessing something. So I feel like there's some kind of shift happening, that the 3D outlook is actually expanding through a 5D outlook. So this person is, getting more awareness about the love, the situation, the things that has happened here. Healing through love. Red flags. So maybe before you were seeing this connection as a red flag, maybe getting signs, but maybe ignoring the signs. One more for the red flag and the healing through love. Teamwork, love. So before this person, 50-50, equal give and take, not happening. That was a huge red flag, but I feel like for so long you were hanging on to this person because deep down I feel like you feel that there is some kind of connection going on. I feel like you love this person very much. The red flags actually taught you to prioritize yourself. There is something magical happening here. Safe to feel again. I'm just seeing that. So I feel like there might be some kind of trust issues. Maybe this person wasn't there when you needed them. Maybe they weren't sharing the information about their life, what they were doing, where they were going with you. But I'm hearing everything is about to make sense. Unemployed. Opposites attract. Straight away I heard you are doing fine in your life, your business, your career. it's like total of the opposite of this person. So you have a job, they don't have a job. You are successful in what you are doing, and they are kind of not being successful, maybe not, following their heart, their intuition about the things that they need to do in life. Whoa. Did you see how they flew out? Oh my God! Pictures and heart repair. I feel like there's insane attraction, insane chemistry between two of you. It says healing, love wins, building trust. Reminiscing, missing you, feeling lonely. This person is gaining new awareness about this situation between two of you. This love, their behavior. There is something very magical, powerful, healing happening in this connection. Let's see the cosmic nudges. Netflix and chill. So maybe the relationship was all about that kind of energy. Like I said, there's a huge, chemistry between two of you. Maybe that was the only thing that you were doing. I feel like you two are never kind of been dating. That's the energy that I'm getting. So I feel like this collective, when you met, there was a lot of passion. There was this insane pull towards each other. And when you are together in that way, it's like magic. But it's like, in a way, it's like two people that actually don't know each other very well. Like you don't have deep conversations. You don't have those, let's go out on a date things. Maybe you've tried, but it's not, it's not going smoothly or something like this. But when you are in the Netflix and chill mode, that's where you your souls sing together. And deep down, your souls are meant to be together. But it's the human experience, the human vessels, the egos, they don't want to match. Right, collective, you will understand what I mean by this. One more for the cosmic nudges. Controversy, yes. And childish is on the bottom. Self-love under that. I feel like you both, in your own way, are wanting to be appreciated by the other, want to be loved, want to be seen. But you both have wounds from childhood, emotional wounds. That's why the ego, the defense mechanism comes up very, very fast. And I feel like both of you have expectations of from each other. So maybe you were trying to organize a date or something like this, and you have this huge expectation how the date will go and what's going to happen, you or the person or both. And it never went like that. And instead of having good communication about those things, I feel like you both are kind of childish, that you aren't able to express the emotions in the correct way. It's coming from that wounding, and that ends up with you two fighting, and maybe afterwards, doing the cold shoulder, ghosting, things like this. Maybe every time you say, okay, I'm going to leave you, or this person says that to you, it kind of always ends up with a breakup. And I feel like for many of you, maybe the dates, you've organized something big, maybe for your anniversary or something special. But yet again, the expectations about how it will go, how magical and beautiful and romantic it will be, it never went like that. And maybe it ended up on a breakup. Let's take one more for the cold shoulder. Toxic love. So yeah, I feel like maybe this person, this wanted to come out. Safe love. Did you see how it just dropped from the deck? Safe love. I feel like that's the feminine, who is holding the feminine energy in this relationship we all have feminine, masculine energies, so it's nothing to do with genders, but the one who is holding the feminine energy needs to feel safe in this love, in any type of relationships. That is the feminine energy. And with this person, you haven't been feeling safe. That's why you don't trust them. You've been anxious. Everything is like you've been walking on eggshells, things like this. And every time these kind of things that you aren't able to communicate, or the emotions has built up and then you just burst and you start shouting and blaming each other, then you break up and you're like, oh, go to hell, this is karmic, I don't love you, I don't need you, whatever, you know. I feel like you both are doing this, and I feel like you both are quite stubborn in a way. It's not that you are a bad people, or you know, you don't have a pure soul, but it's just the wounding. The stubbornness comes from that wounding because you want to control the outcome, you want to control the situations, and that is a huge sign of you not feeling safe. And I feel like it goes both ways. It's not just you, I feel it's also this person feeling that way. I feel like this collective, you and your person, you are quite similar. You walk this life in your own perspective, in your own human vessel, with your own things, but I feel like the core, the soul core is very similar to each other, you know. But something is happening in this connection, I feel it. Some kind of healing period together is about to occur. Let's confirm from the source. What are you activating in this dynamic? What are you activating in this dynamic? House almost came out, flipped in the deck. Stalemate. Standoff, no way out, non-committal. Delay tactics. Refusing to compromise. Your stubbornness. One more for that. It says also competition. Maybe you are not aware of the energy that you are actually in a competition with your person. Because I feel like you both love each other, you want this so much, then you have the expectations. And when the other one doesn't meet that expectation, you kind of pull away and you start blaming them. And that, you know, brings up their defense mechanism, and they start blaming you. So it's like the competition energy, but in this kind of way. Blaming each other. You did this, that's why I did this, you did that, why the hell should I do that? And you know, that kind of competition. You are kind of seeing all the negative things and not concentrating on the good things and reflecting on your own behavior, because you need to remember your inner world will be reflected to the outer world. So if you are feeling that you are not good enough, or you are ugly, or nobody's going to love me, whatever that is, which comes from the wounding, maybe from childhood, many of the wounding starts to build up already when we are children. That is the energy that will be reflected in your life. And this person is showing you these things, so you have the awareness of yourself that, oh my God, I actually think like this. I actually feel like this. That's why the huge emotions about abandonment or codependency or not feeling good enough or not being prioritized, This person and every other people, circumstances, they reflect that energy to you so you feel it. But you need to have the awareness about those feelings. I'm feeling sad. And sadness, grief often comes out as, you are angry. You might shout to people, you may shout to your pets. You are deep down, you are feeling sad, lonely, you know, all these negative things. But if you are not aware of your own behavior, maybe being, having tantrums and, shouting, if you are not reflecting, why am I doing this? Why am I acting like this? Sitting with the emotion, try to find out what is the emotion inside of you that creates this kind of behavior. Then you realize, okay, it's the sadness. I'm sad. I'm feeling that I'm not enough. Then you need to reflect why. Where is this wounding coming from? Was it something that happened to me when I was a child? Was it something that happened along the way at some point? That someone created this kind of feeling wounding to you? You need to have the awareness about these things so you can start healing yourself. The best way of healing doesn't require any equipment, any money, nothing. It requires nothing more than just you being with you. Starting to see the patterns that is always repeating in this life. That always the same patterns lift out the same emotion. Because you need to be aware of that emotion. What is this emotion? Identify the emotion and then you can reflect, where is this coming from? The awareness of yourself is the healing energy. Sound healing, yoga, shaman, drumming, music, all very good tools. And sometimes we actually need a help of a healer, because the healer can bring you the frequency where your body can come and start healing itself. That's your kind of reset point. That's why many times when you go to a Reiki session or whatever kind of tools you are using here, you feel relaxed, you feel relieved, you start crying because all the baggage of emotion and things are, healing away from the body and the soul and the mind. The healer brings the frequency. It lifts you to the frequency. But it's your job to maintain that frequency. And without the awareness, the knowledge about these things, going to a shaman, to a Reiki healer, whatever, it's just a quick fix if you don't do the inner work. Very important to this collective, because I was rambling so much about that. Blaming this person, blaming that person, blaming your boss, blaming your mother, whatever. Start to see that these people are actually helping you to become aware of yourself. Break the patterns. Start seeing the lesson. Because when you do that, these kind of things, they will go away. It's the same thing when you're at school. You need to practice your math things, then you will have a test. Have you actually learned these things? Same thing in this game called life. The emotions are the lessons. That's how we evolve. Start seeing that everything that might feel negative, everything that goes wrong, they are trying to give you the awareness of yourself in some way, some kind of lesson that you need to learn. And when everything is good, it's sunshine, chilling mode, then you need to be grateful and appreciate, wow, I really love what I'm experiencing right now. Because in those cases, if you don't, show the gratitude and appreciate the thing that you are experiencing, you are taking it for granted, right? And what will appear in your life after that? Some kind of situations, people that are taking you for granted. You see, everything you face, every people that you align with is talking something about your own energy. So if you don't like your life, if you don't like something in it, you need to look here. This example that I always give is when you are standing in front of a mirror and you don't like your hair. You're not going to blame the mirror showing that your hair is messed up. You understand, oh, I need to fix this. Then you take the hairbrush and do your thing. Then you do it so much that you are happy. Right? Same thing. Treat your life, the people, everything that you experience in life, it's your mirror of yourself. So whatever you are not liking, you need to reflect, what is this? And then, start fixing it. The glass heart came to the stalemate, to the chess card. Maybe you like playing chess. But yeah, vulnerability, that's a hard word to say for me. That's what you'll be lacking here. They are trying to activate this energy in both of you, so you are able to communicate. But you can't communicate from your heart if you don't recognize your own feelings and the things that we just talked about. If you don't have the awareness, where is this coming from, you can't communicate it, right? This is something that they are activating in both of you, and you should be concentrating on you, not thinking that this person, he or she isn't healing as much as me, and why do I need to do this because they are not doing it? Who cares? This is your soul's journey, and if you put in the work, your life will, it will upgrade to a higher timelines, to better frequencies where you don't need to deal with this kind of bullshit. I'm sorry, I know I'm being quite, straightforward, but I feel like this is something that you need to hear. Especially because I feel like you're a little bit stubborn, darling. I know. Third person. There's something going on with third person energy. Maybe there were people, family, friends, children, work, whatever, that were kind of adding fuel to the flames here. But something is going on with the gears with these people. One more. Tornado. Something is going on with these people around them or you. A sudden, unexpected end. Breakdown liberates. Over and done, the end. Some kind of karmic loops are coming to an end. One more. Yeah, North Star and the magnet. So I feel like this is your energy. The more you can concentrate on you, the more you can, prioritize, respect and love yourself. the more energy that's the same energy that will come, in the outer life. Outer life, there is a reason that I went through this, rambling here. Maybe that's something that you already overcame, or you're about to end that kind of energy. You are coming to that kind of awareness. Inner guidance, direction, core values with the North Star. You both are being called to this healing. You are both being called to listen to your intuition. And I feel like there's so much friction going on, outside of you or him or her, that they are gaining this awareness about these things. Hope, protection. The safe love. This connection is protected. I feel like there is a huge kind of epiphany coming. I feel like this collective, you both are coming together. Some kind of, negative things, this person is going to have the awareness, you have the awareness, and you are not doing this blaming game anymore, and you are not blaming the things outside of you. You have kind of started to listen to the soul's wisdom and realize these things. And I feel like there is going to be a period that you are now starting to do the dating, building the trust and the healing together, because you both have the awareness now to do so. And it wasn't a coincidence. Everything I say on this reading, I mentioned Reiki, sound healing, yoga, shaman. Maybe you or this person, you kind of resonate with those energies. Maybe you practice those energies yourself. The magnet came out with the avalanche. Major force, uncontrollable, chain reaction, unexpected, wipe out. The third person's negative. I feel like you are changing timelines. This person and you are changing timelines. There is going to be a timeline where you two are meant to walk together. Previously, you were trying to put your lives together, but it wasn't possible. You needed to walk alone, so you will feel these kind of emotions that you will learn about the awareness and the things that we, talked about. And I feel like you have now kind of coming back to that shared path, and this person is arriving to that path too. That's what I'm seeing in my mind, like two paths, like coming like this and coming together, walking side by side, building the trust, doing those kind of dating things, and loving each other in a different lens and doing things differently and healing together with the awareness that you both have. It says builds momentum in the avalanche. Secrets lifted with the book. Hidden things. Knowledge, education. I feel like you both are very intelligent people, but maybe when it comes to the matters of the heart, it's kind of maybe a little bit difficult, because you both don't want to be vulnerable. So maybe you both are maybe in a high status, maybe in your career. I feel like you both have lots of wisdom. And the wisdom doesn't always come from education and books. You may have lots of soul wisdom. People think that you are wise. And I feel like this collective, many people start talking to you very easily. They appreciate your advice. But the thing is that I feel like you don't obey your own advice. That's the energy that I'm getting here. It says philosophy here. Maybe that's your, maybe you work in that kind of field, or you have education in that field, or maybe you have the soul wisdom about these kind of things. It says also author, so maybe you are wanting to write a book, or this person wants to write a book. Maybe you've done some kind of, scripts already, journaling or something like this. Maybe you have a diary that you keep every day. That's a good thing to, process your own thoughts and feelings. I always say that is a very good thing, especially when you're on a healing journey, because sometimes we kind of forget how much we've healed and how much we've gone through. So writing things down, you can reflect that maybe a year ago, oh my God, I had these huge emotions, and now I'm actually not having those kind of emotions, those triggers anymore. They're quite neutral. So that's why I always suggest that it's a very good idea to have a diary and do journaling. But I feel like there is something very mystical, magical coming for two of you, because I feel like the source doesn't want me to dig more, but I still want to have one more. Whoa, did you see that? Where did it go? Oh, there's 2 cards. Oh my God. Head of the pack and anvil. Anvil, how do you say that? Resolve, purpose, focus, concentration, resilience. Strike while the iron's hot. And I feel like with the karmic energy that the iron is super hot. And then I feel like that energy is pushing this person and you together. Head of the pack, that's my emperor energy. Successful. Competition here also, but it's different competition. Previously I said that it was about the blaming game. Here it's more about you two, cheering each other. Inspiration to each other, that kind of energy. The right love will heal and inspire you. So whatever the negative things about the emotions, be grateful for them, because it was the ignition for you to evolve, and same for them. But now that you've kind of been checking all the karmic lessons, you are now coming together and you will inspire each other with the awareness, with the wisdom. You're going to be each other's biggest fan, whereas before you were enemies. In the human form, in the ego mind, not in the heart. I feel like you've always loved each other, but yet again, the human vessel, the human experience, and the healing. Wow. I will continue this reading in Patreon, because I want to see how you are seeing this person right now, how they are viewing you, and what's the next actions coming in this dynamic. And let's get that information from source. All the extended episodes you can find on my Patreon, and the link to my Patreon you can find on my website. But I will also link it in the comments on YouTube, so you can find it there. I hope you have a wonderful day.